Good morning. This morning I thought I would talk about lots of things, but kind of frame it within the impending social media ban for people under 16. I just and actually, for a start as well, I'll say I'm not entirely against the concept, but it's what it's exposing that's more interesting to me. So clearly, it's exposing a phenomenon that we, as a global community, if you will, so the global Western world, we have allowed these things in and have distributed them everywhere and have utilized them and used them and connected them to every single thing. And then now, 10, 15 years on, we're like, there's a problem. And the problem is to ban children. But I just can't see legally how, for a start, how is this going to work? You're going to attempt to ban 16 and down. I mean, at the case of 16-year-olds, then in 2 years they're going to be voting citizens. Does that mean you're also going to cease and desist all governmental online advertising and all governmental online everything? This means ATO, all the things, because the only thing resembling something real on the internet at this stage is social media. Now, I'm not saying I said anything, the only thing resembling. It's of course not real. That's, again, if there's one thing I've tried to prove in what I'm doing, is that I will be perceived as every single other thing under the sun before I'm just perceived as a person. And this is to people that I know. So something wacky is going on, not social media, not anything else. Get out of all these things. It's like, get to the basics. For you to witness somebody on social media, you're seeing them on a screen. Have we started there? Have we started there that there may be psychological things going on due to, what we've already been exposed to about witnessing people on a screen? And the answer is 100 million% yes. Now, was this cured by social media? No, it was made way worse. It's like, but this is seeing people on a screen. Now, the reason for this is that most people, up until very recently, up until this cohort of 16-year-olds, had not grown up in a world where they were instantly seeing everyone on a screen and themselves and everyone else. So it's uncomfortable to a cohort of citizens or of people in the world or in our country that are on the other side of it. They're on the dying side of the argument, of the equation of life, if you will. And they don't want to change. Now, this is also something that should be understood. And I'm somewhere in the middle, and it fucking shocks me. I'm like, it's already been done. And if you've done it with this, it's like, what else have you done it with? Everything else. Literally, Elon Musk right now is testing his fucking robotic cars to fucking drive themselves in Australia. Just like, just like that. And from my experiments within this, I can't see how we trust any of it to do anything. And the only thing we need to do is to encourage usage and make sure that it's at the smallest level that it starts. that it's being, a continuation of humanity. Now, at the moment, I see this with my children. I can't get an answer from my children on messaging things because all the logistics of my interaction with the children has been left between myself and them. But that's also had police, courts, judges, and all these other things thrust behind it or thrust in between it by a party that is now just gone like that. Now, it's not been hard just on my side of the parenting equation. There's a lot of things that have contributed to her being to going through that pattern. The problem really is that I predicted that pattern. But nobody really gives a damn what some bloke's predicting. No one fucking cares in this environment about these individual observations of this thing. In a very human set of relationships between a father, a mother, children, friends and family, all these things. None of this has worked how anyone would have perceived it's worked. In fact, when I look at it now, it's like it's like we are hypnotized by some type of media cohort of something or other that doesn't work at all or isn't at all like what you think it is. And it's now stunting the development of social skills across the board and retarding the development of social skills on one side. So it's like there is this one acceptable fucking way to be. You have to be on the forefront of like what's going on here. So you have to be able to be conversational about that. You have to be well presented. You have to have a job. And you have to be just going along with it. If you're doing what I think would be the obvious thing and going, hang on a second, look at this fucking thing that's emerging. It's like no one thinks about it. Think about for a second a Hollywood movie. So say this was being produced at the new Perth Films Studios, which I'll put my hand up and say, look, can I make this film now? The film is about an evil genius fucking mad scientist that builds a fucking gigantic infrastructure robot in another country by telling everyone that they're first cars, and then the cars start, assembling themselves as the infrastructure of ownership or leadership. Could that exist? Well, yes, because it already fucking does. But why? Like, what is it going to take to break this spell of the screen? And it's like it's a question that I wake up with every morning. I'm like, oh fuck, it's gone too far now. Like the divide between me being on a screen and me not being in the screen is too big, and none of you all know what's going on. You haven't all spent 3 or 4 years like intensely trying to understand the philosophical, concepts that are being toyed with here, nor the importance of these structural imperatives in pre-existing human civilization. You don't understand that. You're stuck in the thing. But you're also the ones that are identifying people on screens based on a couple of numbers next to them. And this isn't an economy that I voluntarily entered. I didn't enter an economy going, oh, yes, I'm going to dance for fucking peanuts for Mark Zuckerberg while he decides whether I have numbers next to me in order to fucking put me in a hierarchy of fucking individuals on the land. And then the only thing left is to kill people or blow shit up to break you all out of that fucking spell. So why aren't we defending our conceptual territory in the same way that we speak about protecting our waters and things with these submarines? Do you know what I mean? That's way more important. Like, that is the entrance. And what do we have all of a sudden here when I turn on the news this morning and I look at the AFP commissioner now with like probably the largest, most ridiculous job in front of her that there ever could be. It's like, oh, well, there's sick fucking individuals from around the world that are fucking jumping in on screens, batting their fucking eyelids and fucking, tensing their muscles and showing off their fucking tattoos or piercings or whatever the fuck it is and convincing Australian girls to do horrific fucking things. Oh, well, God fucking damn. What do you fucking expect when you fucking imprison the people that are doing the responsible thing? When you fucking ostracize the people doing the technically responsible thing of identifying the core problems of this radically, destructive and disruptive fucking ecosystem of digital whatever, and then you just leave it down to people fucking propositioning the government for the total solution. It's like, I don't need to proposition the fucking government. I'm defending my family. I'm defending my fucking region. I'm defending the humanity that existed here that has been under attack now for 10, 15 years by these systems. I'm exposing the fucking black hole of societal fucking degradation that these systems are. Not on the whims, I believe, of the CEOs. I don't think Mark Zuckerberg, like, basically, this is this weird cognitive trap as well. It's like, well, that's all their fault. Let's go after them. They're these companies. It's like they're dealing with the complexity of humankind that we don't really understand. Then they're dealing with the complexity of humankind via the metric of keyboards, of language barriers, of cultural differences, and of the giant, most largest elephant in the room, the interaction of people on a screen versus people in real life. Then the group dynamics of these building into large groups of large, like, societal creations of conceptions that are then being bolstered and pushed by government. So there's kind of the all-in fear and there's the all-in optimism, and there's not a lot of talk about the in-between, but everything real is in the in-between of these environments. And basically the answer is really easy. It's like you compare it to the real world. As soon as you do this, as soon as you stop seeing it as a television studio or as a fucking movie or as a rock concert or any of these fucking things, if you just turn it into a town, if there's some little fucking sick cunt doing this in a town, he's going to be found and put in fucking jail. He's going to be fucking exposed to the place. He's going to do all these things are going to fucking happen lickety fucking split, whether there's the internet or not. Unless, of course, they're fucking deeply psychopathic and they're, starting some fucking cult that maybe gets everyone to fucking ostracize everyone and participate in some type of communion with a fucking injection in their arms. You change every one thing, but keep the pattern the same. And you put something like, I don't know, some type of fucking whatever in charge of it, and it's clearly cult behavior. You put everyone in masks. It doesn't matter whether that's the technical thing that doctors use in order to fucking it doesn't matter. It is a uniform that you've mandated people wear. Now, if we look at one of the most, thin conflicts that's going on in the Middle East, hey, is half of those cunts wearing fucking masks? So why is this like, it's like there's a negotiation in Australia which has no connection in its history with the fucking Muslim religion at all. In fact, it's got 2 wars against it. So why would this be something that's going on at the same fucking time? Based on something that, as I said, humans can only be interpreted in these environments, these social media environments, by their face. And this was the time that was decided because of a failed idea of something to do with micro fucking whatever. They've shown the things of air coming out. The problem is we're constantly in this tennis match between like, they say wear masks. They say don't wear masks. It's like, Let's start piecing together all the fucking things like a detective. Let's just imagine I'm a detective for the fucking Australian Federal Police. And I'm trying to figure out who the fuck has hijacked our country and what they're trying to do. And I'm trying to also at the same time figure out how to catch those people. And I'm trying to figure out how to restore the societies that we had pre-pandemic and pre-social media within social media. Not because Mark Zuckerberg decides to release some new product or service. The humanity that is plugged into that social media is in this region anyway, is the Australian humanity, the Australian society. If we plug into that fucking thing and start using it, unlike every single individual that I've happened to see fucking voyeuristically prying into my life that I've been voluntarily displaying here, and now if I click on them, they're all vanished. So what has that created? Well, I'm on stage again, aren't I? I'm on stage to a bunch of audience members and I'm fucking turning the lights on and I'm going, na, 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 na. And now, yeah, you've got to go, na, 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 hey, Jude, like that. And if that doesn't happen, then we're not at a fucking rock show. Then we're all insane. Do you get it? So if I go, na, 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 then everyone's got to say, hey, Jude. And if that doesn't happen, then Mark Zuckerberg wins. The terrorists win. The fucking weird little fucking criminals win. Everybody wins. But if everybody goes, hey, Jude, then all the little cocksuckers doing all this weird shit, they go, holy fuck. And they start visualizing 6 bikies jumping through their fucking window and fucking smashing their face into the floor. And they never fucking think about, doing this horrific fucking coercive shit on the internet again with fucking young Australian girls. They start imagining their brains blown out against a wall as 2 shotgun-wielding fucking lunatics that have just gotten out of prison for fucking, I don't know, sharing photographs of something, just blow their fucking brains out on the wall. This is a fucking nightmare situation for people doing horrific things on the internet. Do you not understand? They start visualizing 6 Fast and the Furious cars as they're cruising down fucking Mitchell Freeway, just fucking on them and just as a truck just pushes them into the fucking concrete. Organised fucking like Velociraptor Australian fucking dedicated to fucking protect our fucking ecosystem shit that you didn't even think happened. And they're just sitting there going like, do this. Until you all say, hey, Jude, they don't fucking realise that this is a fucking big production, right? They've never seen bouncers throw anyone out. They've never seen, some fucking cheeky cunts getting fucking whatever. They've never seen hecklers or people that have fucking smuggled drugs or something into a place, been fucking thrown into the back of a police wagon. They've only seen Australian fathers been done that. Now, luckily, within all that fucking arresting and all that policing and all that prison, we all got together in there and we fucking decided that we're going to fix it our own way. So it turns out I was never arrested. I was just recruited to a fucking elite fighting force of fucking Australian military defence and intelligence, and I have been working tirelessly to bring this to fucking fruition right now. We don't need submarines right now. We do in the future, right? But if we don't get this done, then submarines are about as useless as a fucking screen door on a submarine. So get to fucking work. Get fucking talking in the environment. You're a person. Hey, have I met you in the fucking street? Right, why aren't you on the fucking internet? Do you think that the camera steals your soul or something like that? Are you some time a primitive fucking Luddite? Are you going to fucking sneak off into the fucking bush and start making spears to throw back at our fucking wonderful digital civilization here? That's what I have concerns over. You've got to get less sensitive about what you say and more understanding. If a person is talking on the internet, they're just a person. They're expressing strong views because more than likely they're expressing the concentrated expressed views by a larger group of people, right? Like you all expect a rock singer to sing Hey Jude, and you might just get the bit to sing Hey Jude if he points the microphone at you. That's what those people are. Don't throw shit at them, especially if they're doing a good job. Their job, right, is to thrust all this concern and these feelings out in the thing and break the fucking fifth wall of everyone's fifth walls. Social media is supposed to be a bit of a fucking chaotic mess because humans are a chaotic mess. You go and ask bouncers or bartenders or police or any of these people, what are humans like? They would go, they're fucked. What are they like when they're drinking? They're fucked. When opposed people using social media now, because they go to the bottle shop and they're drinking at home. So what's going on social media? We're pretending that this giant cohort of drunk Australians are not drunk, that they're not Australians, and that they're not participating in some type of daily, nightly fucking voyeuristic peep show that exists on the internet. That's a stupid way to design the world. And it's not Mark Zuckerberg's fault. And he's dealing with, this is just in Australia. He's actually got to deal with the American version of this, which is exactly the same. Because people have been sold this reality where they can do whatever. They do these things and then they escape into their little house pods. They drive there in their little car pods. And then they fucking drive home and go and look at the intimate fucking, oversharing of their fucking friends and family. And then they criticize it. Look at that dickhead incriminating himself with all that shit. What a fucking idiot. Don't you know if you're doing something dodgy, you've got to stay completely fucking silent and fucking off the radar? And well, how did that work out for the fucking Duke of fucking whatever? It's not working out very well for him, has it? Yeah, he's pretty much been thrust to the tip of the media fucking thing because he thought he could get away with it. If he can't get away with it, neither can you. And you go, oh, no, I'm not doing anything wrong. I'll just sit, I'll pay me bills and I'll do me fucking whatever. I'm not doing nothing wrong. Well, aren't you? You fucking all deadly fucking sure about that? This is the problem. It's like when you jump out here, I have the concentrated thing of making sure I'm not doing anything wrong. Because, of course, it's like that's the thing. And not only am I doing nothing wrong, it's like I'm also trying to fix the things that are going hideously wrong in the fucking world. But we can't, it's not going to be this weird sting operation of this fucking thing. It's like, so for this to happen, there are parents that have left their fucking kids in a fucking room with a fucking iPhone. Why isn't that a crime? Is supplying alcohol to your children a crime? It is. So is connecting your children to an environment that is clearly fucking running on alcohol, like an all hours fucking nightclub, is that illegal? That has nothing to do with banning children from the social media. Social media, if the children were in public facing social media, this is like going to, this is what actually the world that we grew up in. We would go to public sporting things. Sometimes the kids would be a bit cheeky. Sometimes they'd be a bit ill-behaved. And then sometimes they'd score 1,000 goals and do these other things. But that was all public. There was no place to escape to a fucking nightclub. Thank God. Thank fucking God. I cannot imagine where my life would have gone if I could escape to some type of digital fucking nightclub every night. It's not fucking rocket science. The crimes of the country have nothing to do with talking. If you're talking, if you're at the level of talking and trying to fix the problems, you're not the fucking problem. The problem is the people that continuously keep supplying children with these fucking door to fucking uncertainty while they're not setting the example. And in fact, while they're not just setting a nothing example, they're deteriorating the example of people trying to fix it. And it'll be this hopscotch. They're a crazy person doing too much thing, whatever. And now they're a goody two shoes trying to fucking police the thing. How did you go there? How did you make that flip? Which is inevitable. That's the inevitable flip that's going to come. Because no one understands this environment. Unless you've gone in it, unless you've done it, unless you have the analogs. So I can compare this to actually escaping out of my marriage and going to nightclubs. I can I can compare it to singing rock and roll with a bunch of fucking drunk fucking delinquents in front of me. Because all these things. I've sold products on the internet. Yeah, I've tried to communicate with my children while being fucking forcibly put in jail for trying to bring awareness to it, for trying to negotiate my own negotiations in this environment. Like, there's no way it should have ever gone to police. It's like this. If we actually start getting down to law and mapping this environment, you have no idea how bad it's already gone. Everyone knows because they're all just on autopilot. The reason I just shared a picture of the West Australian Police pushing a tea cart is because they're like, "Can we get you some tea?" I'm like, "Yes, thank you. I'll have a nice Earl Grey or whatever it is, English breakfast. This is fucking stressful work." They know they've cooked the fucking spud. They know they have. The magistrates know they have. Nobody, and I'm like, I'm not sitting there going, "Yeah, fucking right." I'm going like, understandable, totally understandable. This is a wacky thing. Like, you weren't inside it. You were just doing what you thought was right. You were also just being a little bit lazy and kind of, using a bias of gender to try and just filter out your work to make it more efficient. Like, I know what you were doing. It's okay. Everything's fine. The problem is more complicated than that. It's kind of an all-in effort. Everybody needs to give an effort. And if you're not going to give an effort, then just stay the fuck out of everything. We're not going to be in Australia where the people, the degenerate fucking knobheads doing no effort, doing nothing but fucking like destructive behavior, nothing but destructive behavior on themselves and everything else, where they're going to have the largest voice and the largest, like, whatever to do with how we perceive the thing. No. We have structures that perceive the reality. They've just stayed offline, and I can't blame them because it is a fucking shithole. Right? So they've tried to protect themselves. This is churches, these are schools, these are prestigious, like, clubs and groups and sporting things. All this stuff, they've tried to keep it as the social media is just, that's just a billboard. Yes, we put the billboard there, but we don't want anything to fucking do with it. Those days are gone, okay? It's an all-in fucking effort. You've got to get in there. You've got to fucking, it takes a fucking, this is, I think even the federal police thing said it takes a village to raise a child. Now it takes the whole fucking country. It fucking literally does. All right. We've got to get down to local based strategies to police this type of behavior and this type of encroachment into our societies. The better we get at that, the better our international diplomacy will be with countries which should be on good terms with the United States. And then second tier from that should be on good terms with the owners of these platforms. And then we should start fucking getting paid. If we're fixing problems in this environment, we're going to get paid for them. We're developing a underdeveloped, badly developed shithole that has somehow got to fucking world parity of financial and trust-based ecosystem, and we're policing it down to the most horrific levels. Yeah, we're going to need some money for that, Zuck. The Australian people are going to be remunerated for their fucking dedication to fixing your fucking hot or not fucking squawk box. So start fucking calculating what that sum's going to be. See, it's I think one of the things is everyone's waiting for something to snap, but that's what we don't want. We just need autonomous adaptation. We need to remember that this is a place, right? And it's like there needs to be a clear understanding that the example that we've already set is more than likely negative. And I think this is a tricky thing to do for a lot of adults. Like a lot of adults that are trying to play this part of being responsible people. It's like, you've lived fucking hideous, irresponsible lives. Drugs, alcohol, fucking like debt. This is the fucking hallmark now of these responsible individuals that I'm surrounded by. And I'd honestly rather go to a fucking third world country and help someone in a rice paddy than fucking participate in this shit, because it's an illusion. It's like, you can have it one way or the other. You admit you're a degenerate, or you fucking admit you're a thing, and you've got to do one or the other. The reason this place is fucked is because everybody's pretending they're this upstanding fucking member of society whilst participating, or just being like, oh, I don't know what goes on in there. Yeah, whatever the government says, and allowing the government to break it down to this simplistic thing. Oh, just ban it. Oh, okay. You ban it, so all the actual responsible people, then they just get their children to not actually use it, which they're probably doing already, and all the kids being neglected and fucking, all these things, then they just go down to hell, and they become the feeding ground for these psychopaths. It's still going to be 2 doors down or fucking 3 streets down or the next suburb. It's still going to be going on. That's not acceptable. That's not the Australia that I fucking grew up in. We don't fucking leave people. We don't, no man left behind this time, no woman left behind, no kids left behind. This is the fucking thing. If you don't fucking like it, then fuck off out of the country. This is how we operate here. There's no acceptable losses of children in this country so that you can fucking continue to feel like you're a fucking responsible person. If you haven't contributed, if you're not fucking actually a part of it, then either get the fuck off it, which means delete every fucking thing on there, delete your fucking account, go and print your photos out and fuck off. We're not having fucking, zombie fucking social media accounts pulling their fucking weight, throwing their weight around the country to people that are trying to actually push in and develop something that's actually appropriate. See, the problem has nothing. It's not social media. It's people. It's society. And our society has gotten worse, whether social media was a part of it or not. Most of the most criminal people in that, they're not on social media. They're being criminals. They're being drug addicts. They're being fucking degenerates. There's a thing that, they're bragging. No, they're not. Most of them are. No, they're not. So why aren't they being thrust to the front of social media? These are the grubs that fucking just stole a car. These are the fucking da-da-da-da-da-da-da. No, it's all backwards. Oh, this is the person trying to prove that, perhaps humans are perceiving this environment falsely and we're getting false readings and fucking doing types of weird, odd behavior because of it. And it's been not looked at. That sounds like a responsible fucking person. Send him to jail. Leave him fucking going blah, 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 in a fucking thing. And that's the virus of this voyeuristic thing. It's like, you want to watch me fucking blah, 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 blah. Oh, do you know how many times I thought about reenacting a fucking, a suicide or something? Because it's like, why is this happening? Because that's what's happening. You subconsciously know that something's fucking gone wrong. And certain individuals will turn that into convincing people to do horrific things to get that fucking spike in their brain of their brain chemicals. But you're no different. If you've watched anything I've ever done and you've sat there going, they're going to arrest him, he's going to be the next Desi Freeman, or he's going to fucking kill himself, or he's going to kill his fucking family, which is what my fucking own sister said to me. I still haven't gone through and actually got to the bottom of was this a creation in my sister's brain? Was this a creation of the police? Was this a creation of their mother? Of my children? Who created this concept? Because it was only cherry-picked, no one actually could put a fucking exact thing on what I was doing. It's just assumptions. And the worst bit is the assumption was he was talking and he wasn't selling. He wasn't doing the thing he was doing, which is singing songs, and he wasn't selling glass. He must have gone insane. That's literally what it goes down to. Well, he's not in a position where he could possibly do any of those things. How the fuck do you know? And this, just keep going down that track, and then keep going down that track, and remember that I am a person that is, I'm a disruptive person. Sometimes that's negative, but most of the time that's been positive. So it's I am a disruptive person. Yes, you got that read right. So a lot of people who are still getting the urge to do this, they're going to get shot down in 2 seconds flat of their attempts to regulate and to improve our environments. That's why I'm here. I'm here fucking clearing fucking landmines. Just like, get the fuck out of the way. Let the people who are going to try and fix the problems, usually voluntarily, do their job and stop pretending that you're participating by watching other people. You're not. You're creating the environment where this sicko fucking fantasy bullshit fucking thrives. And this is the problem. These are the consumers. This is the consumer base. This is actually the marketplace for the internet. Not because the internet couldn't be an amazing, wonderful, like Renaissance fucking, like creation. I'm not even going to use the word utopian, but like constructive environment. It can't be that when the consumer base keeps popping those people off the fucking as soon as they put their head up the parapet so that they can continue to fucking witness and pay fucking Ukrainian women in other countries to take their clothes off. Ooh, that's like right the same thing. We have our federal police saying that there's guys hacking in, getting women to do things online, and then fucking whatever. It's like, isn't that what OnlyFans is? Isn't that exactly what it is? How far back in our society we have to go that it's like, do you want your fucking daughter fucking shoving a fucking whatever and doing these things? No. Has that ever been socially acceptable? Not really. So we're trying to live in this like 6-7 world of fucking these two things floating at the same time, and it's breaking down. We can't have the new female federal police minister go, right, we're trying to stop these men convincing women to do horrific things on the internet and document it and film it and then send it to them so they can get their kicks. And then we're also trying to live in a world where OnlyFans and these, pornography fucking things are also legitimate. What's the difference? So one is convincing them with their words and the other is convincing them with their money. So one's a legitimate business and one's like the pinnacle of Australian crime at the moment. And then it goes, oh, hang on, let's go one step further. And this is the fucking drum roll. Because according to the American Constitution, money is considered to be voice. So you can use your freedom of speech by freedom of spending. I'm not exactly sure whether that's how our Constitution in Australia works. And what have I used instead of money? I've used my voice. And has that been misused against me? Did that lead me to go to prison? Yes, it fucking did. Why? Because I didn't fucking use money. I used my voice and my observations. This is what we're left with right now in Australia. You can fucking spend money and get anyone to do whatever the fuck you want them to do. You can sign a fucking waiver, but if you speak, if you try and convince anyone to do anything, whether amazingly positive, whether you try and convince the world and the Australian people to look more closely at the fine details of what this entire digital / pandemic phenomenon is for themselves. And then, let's use the social media environment to governmentally organize ourselves on how to combat it. So that's illegal. But if you pay people, that's legal. And we're expecting that to work. It's the inevitable conclusion of it. It's like because the internet has been falsely perceived as a sales place, as a place to sell things. And we quickly went if everyone thinks, what was our first interaction with selling things? It was eBay. And then came PayPal. And these are still the figures. These are still pretty sure Elon Musk and what's his name are PayPal. Now, don't, get your conspiracy hat on, but papal means the Catholic Church. So I don't know whether that's connected or not. And we went quickly from selling things on the internet to selling people. That didn't take very long. That's slavery. It's just that it's in the image. So in the perceived consciousness of individuals around the world, the image has been seen to be not the same. But it's exactly the fucking same. There is no difference. So this is the core fucking little thing there, right there, where we get back to the camera and we say, maybe the camera does steal your soul. Or maybe there's something in that phrase, does the camera steal your soul? I don't think the camera steals your soul. I think it steals the soul of the observers. If you're watching people on camera and you're not thinking that you may be on camera, it will turn you into a fucking psychotic, disastrous fucking person. Now, unfortunately, that is the largest cohort of human beings right now. And I'm trying to disclose this from here. And I haven't had a good track record over on this side. So either we're at the dawn of a fucking revolution or a revelation about the dangers of the control that you feel when you're holding another person in your fucking hand, or you were all gotten so used to that you will fight and kill to protect your little digital fucking harems that you have, your little digital freak show, your little digital fucking, peep shows that you've collected of individuals that used to be your friends and family. Now they're just, who fuck knows what this has ended up as. So yeah, interesting days ahead. Obviously, to keep things going, we need to be presented with just simplistic concepts. But I think the Australian people are a bit smarter than that. I think they're going to get to the core of these problems. They're going to start realizing the hypocrisy that we're living within. And like a bull at a gate, they're going to fucking bend whatever the fuck steel latch or padlock or fucking barriers are there, and it's going to bend like fucking paper mache, and all the bulls are going to get out and cause a mayhem, cause a ruckus, as we finally are allowed out to protect our friends and family and our fucking children from this avoidance, from this head in the sand, fucking absolute dissociated fucking cohort of frightened sheep.